How have you been?
Very well. How are you?
I'm
How
okay.
is
I mean,
everything going? Are we all keeping in good spirits or no? Because
we're keeping in good spirits because that's the need of the hour. You can't do much about it. But you
yes.
have been extremely active this 62 days or 63 days. You've launched a campaign also, Jeetenge Hum, Jeetega India. So tell us a bit about that.
Well, this campaign I think was very, very necessary for all of us because the way we were hearing about things that were happening with our doctors, with our frontline warriors, they were getting attacked in places, and you saw a lot of doctors injured, with severe injuries, not even like minor, being thrown bricks at and stoning them, and so it was very important for us to bring about to notice and to be a collective united voice and say that this is not acceptable, and to educate the masses that these people are there for your own good. They're there because they are the ones who are saving your life at the moment. So it's very, very important that this is this message goes out and this awareness is spread.
And you're very few, from your industry, a lot of people speak up, but you're one person who walks her talk, and trolls be damned. And, it's just very nice to see just you say things the way they are.
Trolls really be damned because everyone has an opinion, right? So when one it's a free country, it's a democratic country. I even respect what the trolls say because of the fact that even that's their opinion. So theek hai bhai, you are free to have your opinion, but what was my opinion, and I am on my timeline, which is completely my constitutional right to place my opinion what I feel. I could be wrong, I could be right. The days I'm wrong, I have the guts to admit. And I think you're only a bigger person if you admit, yes, bhai, galti ho gayi, I'm sorry. This was not the way it was, if one understands. But till then, your opinion remains your opinion. Likewise, the trolls also have their opinion. ठीक है, you state your opinion, I'll state mine. तुम अपने घर में खुश रहो, मैं अपने घर में खुश रहती हूँ. बात खत्म. मैं तो आपको फॉलो नहीं कर रही हूँ ना, आप मुझे फॉलो कर रहे हो. अगर आपको मेरी बातें नहीं अच्छी लग रही, आप अनफॉलो कर लो. So simple life is.
Since the time
Yes.
I've been following your career from Patthar Ke Phool, 1991, it's nearly 3 decades now, same generation. You always spoke your mind then as well. Why are they calling you
Right.
an actor, activist now?
Well, I don't really know. Earlier, I'll tell you honestly, I think the media was a bit too narrow-minded, and I think they didn't expect, or they didn't. I don't know. Somehow, I felt that the media never encouraged thinking women at that time. You know, me being woke, being aware, being I mean, there are different kind of categories these days. One is woke and one is super woke. I think I've always been a bit woke.
You've
So
been super woke.
super woke is a different extreme altogether.
No, but you've
So
like always, yeah, okay, woke then. Mera bhi lingo zara. You've got young
yeah.
kids, so I'm sure you're with the slang.
So it's just that, So it I think in those days, to a certain extent, the media always. I've known even at that time, even women editors not being supportive of women themselves, to a certain degree. So it was a very, very weird kind of. There was a lot of yellow journalism at that time. They were not interested if you were doing something that was. Which benefited society in any way. They weren't interested. They were only interested to know whom was sleeping with who and who went in the car with whom for a drive. That was what that journalism was in those days. It was very crappy, trust me. But so we faced a lot of yellow journalism, and even if someone really wanted to do a normal thing, which I have seen since my childhood, because my mom used to work for orphanages, and she used to do fundraisers, she used to work with the orphan children, so I grew up with that, so it came naturally to me. But a lot of journalists I remember who had a chip on their shoulder, or who just wanted to show you down, would say, oh, see, so much of pretense, she's so fake, she's such a liar, she's so fake. I mean, I can never forget one story, how things used to go around because people were more interested in gossip. They would not even come and cross check. So, for example, once I was shooting for Patthar Ke Phool, if you remember the film, since you mentioned that in the 90s. And there was a full sequence where we are eating ice cream, and there was an ice cream sponsor that had sponsored, in the song, the in-film advertising. So there was a lot of ice cream on the set. So I called one of the spot boy and said, "ये जो crates में इतने सारा ice cream है जो नहीं इस्तेमाल हुआ है, इसका आप लोग क्या करने वाले हो?" He said, "मैडम ये तो हम फेंक देंगे." तो I said, "अच्छा ऐसे मत करो, इसको फेंकना नहीं, जो बच जाएगा ना और आप लोग भी जो खा लेंगे और जो बच जाएगा ना उसको मेरी गाड़ी में डाल देना, मैं लेके जाऊंगी." Now I didn't feel the need to tell the production guy that I am shooting in an area which is close to the orphanage that I support, that I immediately after pack up I'm going to take all the ice cream and take it to the orphanage. I didn't feel the need to tell them. I just said, "ये मेरी गाड़ी में डाल देना डब्बे." You will not believe Stardust, there used to be a magazine, and Stardust wrote an entire article as to how greedy I am when ice creams, and I packed the whole can of ice creams and I took it home to eat. And I used to be on a diet, so I'd not even eat ice cream, for God's sake. So, it used to be that kind of yellow journalism. And as soon as I packed up from that song that day, I rushed because they had all that white ice that they keep that, to keep the ice cream cool. So that was also melting in my car. So I dashed to the orphanage, me and my mom, and we sat there and we gave the ice creams to the sisters over there. And the children loved it, yeah. And
Awesome.
they was refrigerated and they had a blast. So instead of throwing something away, which we don't even think twice before wasting food in a restaurant or wasting food anywhere, or itna khana phikta hai, we don't even think twice that there are people actually who probably sleeping on an empty stomach while we are wasting this very expensive dish or paying thousands, which could be someone's 1 month salary on a 1 day meal. So it's these kind of things have happened with me. So I was completely off the media in the 90s. I think I completely could not stand the hypocrisy that they stood for, and I think they could not stand me either. So it was a two-way street. So I have no regrets. I really didn't care, but I still went ahead and did my thing, what I had to. It didn't stop me from doing what I had to.
And after giving us those commercial blockbusters, you also were one of the few who chose to do like a Shool, a Daman, Satta also. And now these are the kind of movies actors want to do. In your time, they were told she could just be committing professional suicide. Why is she doing this? Because there was that demarcation. So now are you kind of like relieved, like, I've been there, done that?
Well, I have been there, done that, and I'm relieved that I'm still doing it. So it's in a way, I think it was a good thing, Pooja, because in those days, I think I made a conscious effort of moving out of that very comfortable space that I was in, of doing songs which were raging hits, and prancing around in boots and mini skirts and doing my regular thing, which I could have. But I wanted to challenge myself as an actor and see where I could go, what limits I can push, and how much I can go ahead. So it was very necessary for me to take that move, and kind of paid off, because when you see, or you go back and you see the release dates in the cinemas on a Friday, there would be a Dule Raja and at the same time a Daman releasing, an Aks releasing, and a Shool releasing at the same time. So I was actually proud of the fact that I could carry off these kind of things. There was Ghulam-e-Mustafa, then there was Ziddi. So all of these films are coming together. So there was something that I could do within myself. I could challenge myself and prove to myself that I'm not only stuck to doing one kind of a character or similar kind of stuff.
And now your songs are being recreated by the generation, younger ones. From kabhi disco mein jaye, kabhi that lovely song from Mohra, Tip Tip Barsa.
I think it's fantastic, because all these songs are getting a new life. They're getting a new beat. They're getting a new life. I love it. I think all these people are doing their best. They're doing so well. All of them look so great. They bring, like I said, they bring a new pizzazz to the whole song. And it's fab. And I mean, I think it's a win-win situation because towards the end, I end up owning them all over again.
Awesome, which is true. And talking about owning it, during this lockdown, also with your videos, your TikTok posts, you've kind of owned the whole play. But how is the lockdown treating you? What is the one thing you take back and the one thing you're going to leave behind when you look back at these 2.5 months that we've all spent caged?
You know, besides the tragedy that's unfolding around us, and I think it's besides the global tragedy, besides the fatalities that we are seeing every day, even within our industry. I mean, today was a tragic incident. I in fact tweeted about it, about this young boy who's an actor, and he couldn't he just couldn't fight with it anymore, and he just gave up. So it's been, whether it's been Chintu ji, or it's been Irfan's news, or it's been even our character actor Ansari ji, or it was, you know, this boy today. It's our workers, it's our daily workers. Everyone's feeling it, and it it has been really, really sad. The silver lining that I see in all this is that I hope it has given human beings time to think, to sit back and think exactly what we are doing to this planet, and what do we plan to do ahead, because we don't have a plan B. There's no planet B. इधर ही रहना है, इधर ही मरना है सबने, इधर ही रहना है सबने. So it's just, you know, I think Earth's way of rebooting and telling us that, guys, you know, stay in. I mean, see what has happened. Our air has become cleaner. I go on my terrace in the evening for walks, and I can actually breathe clean air without dust particles, without smoke in it. If you see our waters, our beaches, you see those thousands of olive ridley turtles that are being hatched and going back into the sea. It's actually as if while humankind was in lockdown, the planet started breathing again.
True.
It's exactly that has happened. The rest of the planet was breathing again. It was the end of our roaming around, and it was the beginning of new lives everywhere. So it's actually, I hope that people think, I hope people start taking reuse, recycle, and reproduce very, very seriously, because that is what we need to do. We need to save this planet if we want to leave a healthy planet behind for our future generations.
Which is true. And you also spoke about Chintu ji. Khel Khel Mein was your dad's film. Any memories of him? Because, you know, the thing is, you're listening to his music and songs and smiling along and jiving along. I mean, he's left such a legacy behind.
So he did 4 films with my dad, which I actually remember 3 films, but I was watching his message to my dad, which I installed a few days ago, and he said 4 films, and then I realized, yes, he's done 4 films with my dad. The films were Rahi Badal Gaye, Khel Khel Mein, Jhoota Kahinga, and a film called Aan Aur Shaan.
Oh, yes.
So they've 4 together. The amount of memories that I have, Pooja, I can write a book. So it's something that you know, some people are meant to live on forever, and he's just one of them, because irreplaceable. He'll live on forever. There's no personality like him. His entire personality, witty, charming, you know, everything all mixed together.
True.
And I've seen him since my childhood. So believe me, he leaves a huge gap for everybody. My dad was very low for a long time. And yeah, I guess he leaves many, many memories behind.
As they say, legends live on forever, which is true.
Yeah, yeah, truly. But you know, he was someone who I think wanted to just continue working. He just wanted to continue working. If there was any, want or ambition that was left in him, was to just get back to work. That spirit lives on, most definitely.
And also talking about working, I think it's the first time in these 3 decades you've also got this time off. You know, because in your time there were those back-to-back shifts, and you were, you're living in and out of studios.
I was doing that, yes, in the earlier days. Then I did take a sabbatical when my kids were born. So for nearly 4-5 years, I didn't work at all. And then I restarted again. Even now, yes, I was supposed to be shooting for a show in April. The whole of April, I was supposed to be in a shoot. I was shooting just before the lockdown happened. I was shooting for an ad, which I traveled by train, which everyone saw the thing, and I was sanitizing and all that. This before the lockdown happened. Before that, luckily in Feb, I completed an entire schedule for KGF Chapter 2. So yes, I did finish a lot of work luckily before, but now I'm waiting for this to get over so that, start work on the show that I've already signed on.
What I like about you is you've gracefully transitioned from each medium. You've covered them all. Like you have no, a lot of people say, nahi, main ye nahi karungi, wo nahi karungi. You have just been adapting to each medium effortlessly.
Well, I think, cinema always lives on, there's earlier on in the 90s when video cassettes came and VHS came and everyone said, oh, this is the death knell for cinema and theaters. Then came DVDs, then came laser, then came laser, then came DVDs, then came this web platforms and OTT platforms and everything. But I think the theater experience will always live on, that cinema, going to the cinema, watching a good film on the big screen will always live on. And, but I do feel that everyone also has to change with times, and also you have to mold with times, whether it's TV or it is, the OTT platforms. And I find the OTT platforms very exciting because there's so much more that you can do, what you probably cannot do encapsulate in that 2 hour of, cinema. I have written quite a few. One of them has already gone ahead on a couple of OTT platforms. I'm acting in one, which is not my own production, though. It is a different production house. So yes, I'm dabbling in a bit here and there in everything, and I kind of enjoy it. So like I said, I think one has to move with the times and one has to try out everything. बाद में ये नहीं होना चाहिए रे यार ये भी कर लेते ये नहीं किया. Try everything. नहीं अच्छा लगा मत करो ना.
सही. And KGF 2 में आप Prime Minister play कर रही हैं. Tell me a bit about that. And also, our Prime Minister said, "Made in India." What are your views on that? Atmanirbhar.
Well, first and foremost, what I play in KGF is not resembling to any living character, so to speak. The character is very, very intriguing because it was a little difficult for me to gather what she is really when I was reading the script, because is she negative? Is she positive? Is she the hero of the film? And being the hero, she becomes the anti-hero because the hero is actually the anti-hero who actually becomes the hero in the end. So it was a very difficult character to play, but it was very, very enjoyable. And as far as our country is concerned, I think, yes, to a certain extent, we all have to now start thinking about how are we going to revive this entire economy that has taken such a big blow. And I'm not only talking about our industry, I'm talking about in every aspect, every field, every industry. A lot of small scale industries probably might not even survive this entire thing. So yes, I think to encourage what is made in India is we need to go out there whenever the lockdown opens. Till then, please stay home, stay safe, and actually help revive our own economy by buying what is Indian.
Just true. Thank you so much. And जाते जाते ये पूछना है, कितने सालों से बोल रहे हैं अंदाज अपना अपना का रीमेक. What do you have to say that? Should that even be touched?
ये rumors बहुत साल से फैल रहे हैं, but I don't think that is going to happen, honestly. Though Raji is very sweet, and Raji, every time he meets me in Boniji's house or Anil's house or anywhere, wherever I bump into him socially, he always says, अंदाज अपना अपना 2 स्टार्ट करना है. मैंने कहा हाँ, he said बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग स्क्रिप्ट है, मैं सुनाऊंगा तुमको एक दिन. And then we are like, we all waiting. Okay, yes, we will one day.
So all the 4 should come together. It'll be fun.
Well, I think it should be us 4 and it should be a younger generation. So it should be us with our kids, and then the actual story should actually start with them. So it should be 8 now. It should not be 4. It should be 8 of us.
Honestly. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure speaking to you. And as they say, Andaz Apna Apna, you truly have maintained your Andaz Apna Apna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pooja. Pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Likewise. Take care and be safe.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.